Hey guys, so I just got back from the theaters from seeing It Follows. This is one of those weeks where really nothing's like for the next few weeks. Really, nothing's really exciting coming out until Avengers, of course. Um, but because of that, I'm trying to catch up on some things I haven't seen. I will be seeing I'll talk about next week in a little bit, but um, I figured this week I'd follow up on or catch up on something that I've been meaning to get around to seeing which is It Follows. It Follows is one of those things is that one of those movies that I never got a preview for it, but I have seen so many goddamn commercials for this movie, like over the last couple weeks that it's one of those movies that I kept going, what the fuck is this movie? And it was also a movie that word of mouth is really strong, really really strong. Like to the point that I kept hearing like a lot of people say it was one of the best horror movies in a long time. I've heard a lot of praise has been going towards this movie, and it was catching my interest. Like, okay, what the fuck is this thing? And like, really, the commercials didn't really tell me much about the movie, other than it was called It Follows. That's about it. I did get around to watching the trailer for the first time on earlier today, and that in the trailer, from just the trailer, I'm just sitting there like, this is one of those things that could either be really well done or really badly made. This is a movie that I could tell from the trailer. I could tell from the trailer this is going to be one of those films that some people are going to love and some people are going to hate. And for the most part, I've heard really good things about it, except for my one buddy who told me he called it Shit Follows and he wanted his money back after watching it. He was the only person up to that point that I'd heard say they didn't like this movie. So I was like, that's just one person's opinion. I'm probably gonna end up liking it, even though he's like me that, and he's a big horror movie fan like I am. Um, you know, he just he didn't like it at all. He was pretty pissed off about it. Um, and like I said, this movie's been getting really really good reviews. Like critics have been praising it. Like it's the new coming of like I don't know Halloween or something. I don't know. Like they've been praising it. Like I saw in the trailer somebody said the smartest horror movie since Cabin in the Woods. I'm like, yeah, that's kind of pushing it. I was like, yeah, that's some really hefty expectations there. I mean, Cabin in the Woods is one of the best horror movies of the past decade. So now that I've seen this movie, and like this was a movie that going in I didn't know much about really, other than that a little bit about the plot I knew about, but that's about it. Right, coming out of this movie, I can honestly say that this movie is this year's is what I'm already calling this year's Boyhood. And if you don't know what my opinion on Boyhood was, let me explain. What I mean by that is that this is one of those movies that's getting all this praise and, is getting well received by everybody that sees it. Giving all, just, like everybody thinks it's one of the best things ever made. And I sat there at the end of the movie going, this is one of the most overrated pieces of shit I've ever seen in my entire life. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This movie it has good things about it. It does have really good things about it. Stuff I really liked. But there is some really god-awful shit I think is getting a lot of pass, and I'm not giving it a fucking pass. And I absolutely don't understand how the hell this is getting a 90% on, like 95% on Rotten Tomatoes, when like something like Furious 7 was better, Kingsman was better, thinking there was another horror movie that was better than this. Fuck, there probably was. I don't know. I haven't seen too many horror movies this year, really. But this movie is overrated to fuck. I will give the movie praise. Things I like about this movie. The main girl is fine. she was not a bad actress. Honestly, the acting in this movie was not horrible, although most of the characters were bland. But there was not really any bad acting. Like, there wasn't any characters that annoyed me or anything like that, which is a rarity nowadays in horror films. The one thing I really fucking dug the shit out of in this movie was the score. The score in this movie, and I've heard a lot of people praise this, and I agree, completely agree. I'm not gonna bash it in any way. The score in this movie made this movie better than it had any fucking right to be. If this movie didn't have the score it did, this movie would have fucking been terrible. I guarantee you the praise would have been not as big for this movie if it wasn't for the score. The score is really good. I recommend it helped build tension in really ridiculous what could have easily been really ridiculous moments if it wasn't for the fucking score. It's like Halloween, where Halloween, I'm not comparing this movie to fucking Halloween. The original Halloween, where the music helped elevate this movie, helped elevate it. Although without the score in Halloween, the music in Halloween, it still probably would have been a good film. This movie is the other way around. Yeah, the score in this movie is amazing. It's well made. Also, cinematography is amazing. It's really, really well done. Really, really well done. And also, like, there's a lot of parts in this movie that I kind of dug the shit out of. Like, there are points in this movie where I guess I should get into the plot a little bit. If you don't know what the plot is, it's basically this girl. She has sex with this boy she's been seeing, and this boy basically drugs her, and she wakes up, and he tells her that basically this supernatural being that isn't really explained, it's just called It, hence the title, It Follows, is going to follow her until she passes along to somebody else by having sex with another person, and then it will follow them. So basically, it's the worst STD in the world. It is. It's literally the world's worst STD. And honestly, it's one of those things that it kind of is like a PSA for abstinence. It is. It kind of really is. And kind of tells the warnings of STDs and shit like that. The one thing, the thing I liked about it was there are points in this movie where you'd be just watching the characters interact with each other, and this thing will take shape in any person. It can take shape at any person. You won't know it. Only the person it's following can see it, and the rest of the people can't. And so a lot of the times there'll be points where they're talking to each other, and in the background you see somebody just slowly coming towards them, and you're like, you don't know whether half the time that is the thing or it isn't. And sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. I actually kind of like that. Like, there's a lot of lingering shots while you just watch this person in the background. Like, it's just in the background. If you're not paying attention, you won't notice it. I kind of dug the shit out of that. But where I do not like this movie, where do I begin? First off, honestly, somebody please tell me, name one character in this movie. Name one name of a character in this movie, other than the girl. Go ahead. Anybody? Bet you can't. I could not fucking tell. These are some of the most underdeveloped characters I think I've ever seen in a fucking horror movie. To the point, I couldn't really understand what relationship they had with each other. To the point that the main girl has sex with a guy at one point, and I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? He pops up kind of like almost 10 minutes before that, And you're like, who the fuck is this guy? And you're supposed to believe that they have some kind of relationship, but it's never been hinted at before at all. Before that, like, at all. And he just has sex with her. And you're like, okay, that just happened. It's like, what the fuck? I'm like, who? It's like, what? It's like, who the fuck? Where did that come from? Why the hell is he now wanting to have sex with her, wanting to help her out? Like, it makes no sense. Like, what's the relationship between him and her? I don't get it. Like, what's the relationship between... Like, I couldn't tell if some of the characters were related to this girl or were best friends with this girl. I didn't know what. I couldn't tell what the relationship between the characters at all. Am I the only one who didn't? Like, these characters are really underdeveloped, and I couldn't give a fuck what happened to any of them. Like, at all. This movie also has some pretty unintentionally funny moments, including, like, why the fuck is this thing 99% of the time naked? Why? I have no idea. Like, sometimes it'll be closed, sometimes it won't. Half the fucking time it isn't. And you're sitting there like, why? Like, what's the point of having it naked? Like, there's at one point, she's just looking out the window and there's a naked guy, just a guy with fully naked, standing on a roof. Why? I have no idea. Like, why does it have to be naked? Like, only times it wasn't naked was the old lady, which, this guy was old, the guy on the roof was old, so why the fuck wouldn't you just fucking have an old lady? I don't know. It's like, what's the point of that? And, I don't know. And, like, alright, I gotta talk about this ending. This is a movie that, honestly, as this movie, it started out fine. It started out fine. Oh yeah, one other thing is that this movie is very fucking slow. There are minutes that go by, like 20 minutes go by, nothing fucking happens. It's literally like Boyhood, where nothing fucking happens. Other than, only difference is Boyhood was almost 3 hours long. Luckily, this wasn't. Alright. This is a movie, though, that I was kind of willing to give a pass, but as the movie progressed more and more, the more and more I got pissed off. And then the ending happened. The ending is one of the stupidest things I've seen in a goddamn long time. And this is really fucking dumb. Alright, I'm going to go to spoilers here, so just bear with me. Spoilers if you don't want to know what happens. One of the key scenes at the end. There's a scene where I can't... Somebody explain to me what the fuck... What was the point of... Alright. They decide, like, the last minute... During the end of the movie, they decide they're going to lure this thing to this pool that they used to all hang out at, apparently. And they're going to lure it by... So they go to this pool, have the girl... They basically have the girl that's following... that the thing is following... just stand in the pool, in the middle of the pool. And they basically line the edges of the pool with different electronics, or basically different things, like a lamp, TV, a toaster, everything that, like, a bunch of things that need to be plugged in an electrical outlet. Why? I had no fucking clue. I figured, alright, maybe they'll explain that. Why would you... And, of course... So, the thing comes... And so what the fuck does the thing do? What only a natural person would fucking do. He starts throwing the shit at her. And you're sitting there going, why the fuck did they put that around the pool in the first place? And then okay. And from what I had looked on Wikipedia to see if there was going to be any explanation as to why they had put all that shit around the pool. And their explanation was, get this, is that they were going to trap the thing in the pool and electrocute it. Problem there is that there's only one big problem, is that the girl was in the pool with it, and she would have got electrocuted too. And fucking Jesus Christ, that logic makes no fucking sense. And then, make it even fucking worse, they just trap it under a blanket and shoot it in the head. So what was the point of, if you had the gun in the first place, what was the point of having all these electrical things around the pool? That could have fucking killed her. It almost did. Like, he tosses a TV at her, for fuck's sake. What was the point? Like, fucking what was the point? Like, that was retarded. And I think we've established that scene was pointless because this thing is not like a living being. It's not just gonna die. I don't think. At least I don't think. And then, to make it even fucking worse, this movie just ends. It ends. Nothing fucking happens. There's no structure, no final act. It just fucking ends. And you're sitting there going, I just wasted an hour and fucking half of my fucking life just watching this piece of shit. What the fuck was... I'm sitting there like, what is this... Why is this movie getting so much praise? I get it. Alright. This is why I compare it to Boyhood. Boyhood got all this praise mainly just because it was made over the span of 12 years. That's it. That's the majority of the good reviews for this movie. That's all they fucking mention. It was made over 12 years. It's the greatest thing ever made. They forget to mention that nothing fucking happens for 3 hours. You have terrible kid actors in this movie. And just things that wouldn't normally get overlooked. And because this movie was made over 12 years. This movie, I can only figure out that this movie had an innovative idea. A different idea that you haven't seen done before in a horror movie. And it honestly is. It's something I've never seen done before. And it had an interesting concept. But because it's different and original and stuff like that, doesn't make it a fucking good movie. It does not. This movie does not deserve a pass. I am sorry. This movie is one of the most overrated movies. It's definitely the most overrated movie of 2015 so far. I don't even think there's going to be anything worse, like, that will beat it. This movie isn't the worst movie I've seen all year. Taken 3 is still worse, because that movie, at least this movie, is well made. Taken 3 is a piece of fucking garbage. Like, on every fucking level, technical level. Like, fucking has a bunch of people that know fucking better, and that, like, at least this movie was well made, well shot, well acted, pretty decently acted, and had, damn good. Again, this movie had the score is amazing. I've heard that's probably the biggest praise I've heard about this movie is the score, and yeah, it is. It's good, but that doesn't make the movie good at all. A good score doesn't make a movie. God damn it. It seems like I'm more pissed off with this movie than I was with Taken 3. But again, Taken 3 is worse. It's still worse. I need a drink because I'm fucking... I almost lost my voice when I got out of this theater. This is a movie, I don't get it. I don't get what... This is one of the few times I just don't get it. What... Somebody in the comments, please let me know why you think this movie... If you like this movie, why was this movie good? Why does this movie deserve a pass on the stupid shit that it does in this movie? Why? Tell me. Please. I dare somebody. Please tell me. Alright. Again, this is one of the movies that I don't recommend even fucking renting. Maybe wait until see it. Maybe if you're curious, watch it on TV. That's about it. Alright. I got some trailers. Adult Beginners. It's is like a comedy that has Nick Kroll in the lead, which is interesting. That was an interesting idea. Like, it's like your typical comedy. He's a guy who's down on his luck, and he has to live with his sister and her husband. And blah. I think you've seen it. It's one of those movies you've seen like a million times before. Poltergeist remake. I got a new trailer for that. I got a trailer with that with Furious 7, and I said that looks like a piece of fucking garbage, and I still am adamant on that. This trailer didn't change my mind one bit. This new one didn't change my mind one fucking bit. God damn it. God damn it. Fucking Poltergeist. You're gonna remake it, and they're gonna use a bunch of CGI that looks like shit. And, God, this movie looks bad. Like, again, I don't understand people saying, oh, this is not a remake, it's a reboot. It's a remake. When you're fucking stealing lines and stealing scenes from the original, it's a fucking remake. You don't have any innovative ideas. You're stealing from a superior film. A really good film. Fuck this movie. Fuck Poltergeist. Fuck Poltergeist. Fuck It Follows. And then make it even worse, I got another trailer for another horror film that looks like shit called Before I Wake. This movie honestly doesn't look like at first like it was supposed to be a horror movie. It's Kate Bosworth and her husband adopt a kid after they lose their son. Their son dies, and this kid apparently this is this is a movie that has an innovative idea that looks like, but the delivery looks like shit. The kid they adopt, when he sleeps, whatever he dreams becomes a reality or becomes real. All the things, like he dreams that their son of their son, that their long dead son, and their long dead son pops up in their house creepily enough, and they kind of just accept that. Like, I'd be like, holy fuck, the dead lives. Oh my god, fucking get that thing away from me. I see Pet Cemetery. And the kid actor's really bad. It's like really bad. God, it looks like garbage. It looks like CGI garbage too. Really horrible CGI butterflies, because they can't get a real fucking butterfly apparently. God damn it. It's like horror movies. I want to, God, I love horror movies, but fucking damn it. Between this, next week we got Unfriended, which I'm going to be seeing, and that's getting a lot of praise. But that doesn't mean diddly squat. A fucking movie, found footage. Unfriended is one that's, goddammit, it has a cool idea, but a fucking found footage movie on a Skype chat? Fucking really? I will be seeing it. I'll be reviewing it. Maybe I'm completely wrong. Maybe this movie is good. I don't fucking have high expectations, but god damn it, Avengers 2 can't come soon enough. Fucking, can we just go to the first week of May? I'm fucking, alright, I'm done. I'm done ranting and raving about this fucking movie. Don't watch It Follows. I'll be good, like I said, I'll be back next week with Unfriended. Yay. So, talk to you guys later. Bye.